Hi, welcome to my channel. It's Gina here, and I'm going to do something today that I've never done before. And it may have been done, it probably has been done because, let's face it, just about everything's been done before. But I was at the Habitat for Humanity Restore with my daughter, and I found these tiles. They're ceramic tiles, and they had the prettiest patterns on them. And I just was intrigued, and I grabbed some that I liked and brought them home because I just wanted to play around and see what I could do. Now, I have already started to play around some, and I'm sorry I didn't turn the camera on, but I will show you the result of that. And I have a few papers that I made, and I thought they just turned out great, and it was just interesting and different. So I thought I would just turn my camera on and share a little bit with you, and let's see what else we can create. Now, to make this is just regular computer paper, just regular paper. And I, of course, have my ceramic tiles, and I used various colors of distress ink, the distress oxides, and water, actually. Now, I will show you this one. This section right here, I did just with the dye, and as you can see, you know, it left an imprint, but you can't see it, you know, really well, which may come in handy if that's the look you want. But I was really hoping for a better print, so I just spritzed it with some water and tried again, and I received a much better result. So that's how I got the imprint. Now, I did these one at a time. So as you can see, this is one long piece. It all looked like this. This is the part that had ink on it. So that's why it looks so different. But I just did it one at a time, and I ended up, I inked my block, my ceramic piece, and then I laid the paper on top and then pushed it down like this, and just did like one at a time. But what I thought we would do together is to try to do a whole sheet of paper at the same time. So that's what I want to do with you today. So I've got these. Now, let's get a sheet of paper. I wanted to lay it like this. The problem I have, though, is this one is the exact same level as the others. This one is not. As you can see, this is really thick. So when put, oops, sorry, I know that's loud. When put side by side, you can see that this one's much thicker, so it sticks up, and I think that's going to be problematic. So I think I'm going to have to, sorry, I think I'm going to have to turn my paper and just try to do it this way. And I may have to just make up for this piece down here. I don't know, we'll see. It's just, I just don't know about trying to do it. It's really significantly higher than the other. So I just don't think you're going to work for this experiment. So I'm going to move you over here for a minute. Let's see, I thought I would do something, try to break it up a little bit. I don't know, something like that. And maybe what I'll do, maybe I'll just go ahead and take this one off too, actually. How much of my paper do I have? All right, if I want to do the entire sheet, I can lay it to the very edge. Looks like I have about a ½ inch. Maybe an inch over here, or I could just try to center it and have lines just on both sides. So I don't know, we'll give it a go. Now for me, normally I use my little, the little version of the distressed ink, but I think because I use these colors so much, they're starting to get dry, so I opted to use my the bigger ink pads. So I have several of these, and I thought I would do some different colors. These were mostly done in the vintage photo, which I have, and actually I still have that one out. and the walnut stain. And I got a new color. What's my newest color I got? It's like an orangey, rusty hinge. That's the most recent one that I bought, and I tried that one. I think that's rusty hinge. I think that's when I sprayed it again and didn't re-ink it. So, you know, you can get a couple of different colors out of just, you know, one pad. But I thought that turned out pretty cool. So I thought I would try to do different colors of ink this time. So let's see what we've got. I pulled out some frayed burlap. I've got peeled paint, aged mahogany, and my vintage photo, ice spruce. So I don't know, I thought I would just kind of start laying them down and just kind of combining the colors and just see what I get. So fingers crossed. I think I'll start out with the frayed burlap. And these should be fairly juicy. So I should get, yeah, look at that. I should get really good coverage. And I just wiped it over. Just like this. Wiped it right over the tile. Oops. Let's see. I think I'm going to mix colors. So frayed burlap. I'm going to go with some vintage photo. What's a project without vintage photo? Can there be a project without vintage photo, I ask you? Let me see. I'm not sure if I can do one. Okay. Let's see, what else can we use? Let's try, how about a little aged mahogany? That's a good fall color. And I'm going to stand up for just a second so that I can see. There's a little bit of a glare on this ceramic tile, so I want to make sure I can try to see what areas need some. Oops, I hope I'm not contaminating my ink. I might be doing that. That might be happening. Let's see. This one is so dark it's kind of hard to tell. This one was pretty difficult too because the middle spots where the circles are gets it, but it's not necessarily completely flat. So some of the lines in between, I really had to kind of go in to be specific as to try to make sure it had ink on it. So I might be missing some places, but that's just, maybe that'll just be part of the charm of the picture. What do you think? Sure. We're going with it. Oh, I hope this turns out. Okay. So how far down does my, you can put these all together, try to make them the same height. It's a good start. How far down does my paper go? Okay, that should pretty much cover it. I think I have it covered. All right, put a little bit of burlap just here down at the bottom. Okay. All right, so now that I have the colors on, I'm going to get my sprayer. Now, this is just an old Frizzies leave-in conditioning spray for my hair, but it has a really nice fine mist, and I found that works really great. So it's just a nice, really fine mist. You don't want it to come out in puddles because then it will run, and I just don't think the result will be quite as nice. So here we go. Oh, hold on. But you do want even coverage if you can. All right. Drum roll, please. Drum roll. Okay. Now the trick with doing more than one is, I guess, to keep it still while I'm trying to press it all down. So I don't want it to move and smear my print. So I want to try to run my fingers over as much of it as I can, just to make sure I can pull up as much ink as possible. Now the wetter it is, the more ink. See, like, oh no, I didn't have a whole bunch coming up right here where it's coming through the paper here. So I may try to, oh, I just don't think there's enough ink. I might not have gotten it very well with the ink. I'll just keep going. We'll just have to cross our fingers on that one. Okay. So here we go. Oh, it did help a little bit actually. All right. Ah, drum roll. Let's see what we've got. Ooh. Isn't that pretty? Oh, yay, I like it. I like it. I like it. And look at this. Isn't that interesting? I really like how the color that's left on there. You know what? Let's see what we can get off of that. Let's see what we can get off of that. Line it back up. Now you can see some spots have a whole lot of color still, but others are quite faded. So I may not get anything out of those areas, but I'm going to spray it down again. I'm going to spray it really well. Try to get every bit of ink that's on there. Come on. I have to refill my water bottle. Work with me. Okay, here's another piece of paper. And we'll lay this one down like this. Alright. Alright, yep, I'm still picking up some. Looks like I'm still picking up some ink. That's good. I find it just so interesting making paper, you know, making your own designs and stuff. That's an interest of mine, so I guess that's why this really appealed to me. I saw these pretty ceramic tiles and thought, oh, surely we can use that for something. To make some pretty paper. Okay. Pretty good. Let's see. Oh, great. Oh, I like that. Wow, look how much ink was still on it. That was way more than I even thought. How about that? Let me see, here's the other one. Right here. Here's the first one. Oh, here. Let's look left to right. Put the first one on the left. And here's the second one. It is almost just as dark. How about that? I'm really kind of surprised. I thought it would have been much paler. Well, you know what that means. That means I have to keep going. What else does that mean? I have to see how much more ink can I pull off of that. I have to get more paper. Hold on. Okay, here's another piece. So, I might need to get more water. Come on. Oh. Come on. Come on. I see. You can even see it puddling in some areas. Oh, shoot. Can you see? Well, I'll push it up in just a second. Okay. Let me push it up here like this so you can see. Alrighty. Here we go. Okay. Alright. Let's see how much more ink we can get off. Let's see. I tried using a roller, but I found my hand just did a better job just using my fingers. So, you know, if you have a brayer, you can try. You may prefer to use that. And it did okay, but I don't know. I found I had a better result, you know, just using my finger just to make sure that I went over everything. This side. I don't know if I just didn't spray it well, or if it's out of ink. you too. Okay. Got that. Okay, look how dark it's coming through. It's amazing. The Distress inks and the Distress ink oxides, it's just amazing how much you can do with just one inking. That's just very impressive, I think. Okay, alrighty. Let's see. This is our third layer. Okay, now it's starting to pale out. This is really kind of what I expected on my the second print, but it took it until the third print before it really started to get pale, which is beautiful, I think. I think that's just gorgeous. Look how dark that is still. It's amazing. Amazing. All right. Let me lay this down to dry. Now to clean them off, all I did was I just sprayed them again and then just wiped them with a paper towel. And the ink comes off pretty well. Okay, these are pretty cleaned up for the most part. Maybe not perfect, but they'll be fine. Now, I want to try to play around and show you what these look like. And I noticed that even these have a pattern on the other side. So that's cool. That's a 2-for-1. I like that. Yay. Let's see what this has. Alright, so I guess this is just the decorative side, but it has these little blocks that are actually raised. So if I can grab some of those with ink, then that might put a really interesting pattern on. So I want to try to do that. So let's grab another piece of paper. And this time I'm going to do it one at a time like I did it before, as opposed to all in one. So let's make room for the paper. Okay. Now I think I want to play with some greens. Let's try this cracked pistachio. Why not? Let's see. Let's do, well, sure, why not? Just try this. Isn't that nice? See, there's a couple of places that it must be a little bit lower, and so see, like right there, it didn't get very well. But you know what? I think it'll look neat even without it, so I think I'm just going to not worry about those places. So let me show you the difference. This is a bright color, and it seems to be decently juicy, so we'll see what kind of imprint it leaves without the water. Let's see. Okay, I'll push down just like it was a regular stamp. Okay, yeah. Pretty hit or miss. So, yeah. So I'm just going to leave the ink that's on there, and I'm going to add water. I'm going to go back over it again. Let's add it here. Again, like a stamp. And I really think, well, we'll see how it comes out. I might have gotten a better result with laying the paper on top of it, which is how I did my first ones. But we'll see. We'll see, and we'll find out together. Okay. Ah! Look at that. It's a little better, but it still isn't completely, you don't get the cross completely. I wonder, I think I'll just, maybe I won't re-ink it, because it still actually looks like there's a lot of ink on there. And let me wet it down again. right. Hold on. Let me dry it off. Okay. And here we go. Sorry, just all right. I do want to try to get it even. Now I got this a little bit too wet over here. I don't want it to run in between. Oh well. Let's see what we got. This time I'm going to try to just lay it down on top. Okay. Push with my fingers. Okay. All right, let's see what we get. How about that? I didn't re-ink it, so the green is starting to fade, so it's actually looking blue here. But as you can see, the lines are more defined. So yeah, I was right. I think you get the better imprint when you lay the paper on top as opposed to trying to push down on it like it was a regular stamp. Although I love how that turned out. So, hey, everything has its place, right? It's art. There's no rules. So, again, depends on, you know, what look you're going for and what you're making. So you may want that. But if you want the more defined lines, you know what to do now. All right, so I'll wash that off in a minute. Let's get this one. Sorry, this makes a lot of noise, I know. And what can we add? Let's do, I kind of want to add, let's try this fossilized amber. Let's try that on one. We'll do just part of it. What do you say? What do you say? Okay. All right. Get the water, the paper out of the way. And I did put more water in my water bottle, so I wouldn't have to be fighting with it. Okay. I'm going to clean off the desk just a little. Now let's see. Try to lay it down like that. I think that's a little crooked. That's all right. That's gonna have to be okay. Okay. Did that already dry? And you know, this side doesn't have the covering of this side. So this is a real smooth and it's been treated with something. And this side is not, and it's quite absorbent. So that might be why it's just soaking up all my water. Okay. Let's see. Okay. That really soaked up a lot of water. I got a better imprint from this before. What is it? Yeah. Yeah, see? Is that it? No, that's not it. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. No, it's not. Let me see. No, this has got the little round things. I think I was doing it like this. You know what? Maybe I didn't use this one yet. I thought I had. No, I used the line one. Okay. Let's see if we can't do better. Maybe it was just the color I used. It just, let's try a different color and see what happens. Let's go with the orange. Well, Rusty Hinge. Come on, Rusty Hinge. Show me what you got. figure I should probably start tapping it because I've been rubbing it, but these are pretty jagged, so I might be tearing up my little ink pad. Oopsies. So, yeah, I didn't mean to do all that, but that's okay. That's okay. See, everything's okay in art. That's okay. Let's get that out. Alrighty. Let's try it again. There'll probably be a little bit of overlap. Move out of the way. Okay, and here we go. Oh, I didn't spray it, did I? Darn it, Gina. Okay, hold on. Oh, well, that one's so juicy it got pretty well. Look at that. I barely even pushed it down, but I do want to spray it. Okay. You know what? Maybe I'll take a fresh one and do that. Let me get a fresh piece of paper. Here we go. Just take your finger and roll it over. Let's see. There we go. I think that's part of what I took off before. Oh, but look, yeah. See if I go down there and be a little bit more careful, you can get all of that imprint in there. All right, I like it. I think I will go ahead and use what's left because most of this page is kind of faded anyway. It doesn't have super good imprints. So let's just keep using this. And we will finish out our page. Like this. There'll be some overlap, but I'm all right. I'm all right with that. We're just playing. We are just playing, aren't we? You can make some great discoveries when you're playing. Okay. Oh, pretty. All right. I like that. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let me clean this up. I'm going to bring this sheet back because we've already kind of got it started, but I think I'm just going to play. I'm just going to play with it from here on out and just kind of do whatever. So I'm going to add some lines. And let's try iced spruce. Why not? It goes on so much better when I rub, but oh well. Gonna tear up my pad. That's okay. Everything is okay. Let's go for more. We're just going for it. Maybe there. Okay. All right. That's got it. And let's give it a spray. Okay. Just don't want my paper that hangs over to get soaking wet. There we go. All right. And let's just layer down, smusher. Rub, rub, rub. Let's see. Oops. Nice. Ooh, what a pretty color. Isn't that nice? Oh, pretty ice spruce. Well done. Okay. I'm going to leave you messy for a second. And let's add a little bit of our leaves. Why not? I'm going to go back to the peeled paint for some of this. Give it a spray. Oh no, I got my paper. Alright. Lay it down. Where do we want to put it? Try to put it right here. There we go. Wow, that came through real well. Let's see, let's go ahead and use that one again. Let's put it over here somewhere. Let's do that. Oh, I might have had too much water on it. Yeah, just a little bit. It's still pretty damp. That's all right. You can still make it out. I might take a little bit of the water off though. Should I? I'm nervous now. I don't want it to run, but at the same time, I'll end up taking some of the paint off too. Alright, well, just a little bit. That's alright. Okay. I'll put you over there for now too. Let's see, what have we got left? How about we'll take some of you. And what color do we want to use? How about, let's go ahead and go in with some walnut stain. Sure. Yeah, see the edge? Can I show you that? Can you see it? Looks like I'm tearing it up just a little bit. It just goes on so much easier when I can rub it. So, just a little faster. But we'll go the long way. Alright. Till I run out of patience, which, bingo, I'm there. Alright. Ooh, I can get lots of stamps from this one. Although I got my paper. Okay. Let's go right here. Can't see the edge. About right there. Okay. Okay, I might not have come down far enough, but I have to get it again. Let's see. Maybe I just didn't spray down here. Let's see. Ooh. That's nice. What else do we need? I think we need more orange. Don't you? I think we need some orange down here to offset things. So let's go back. Oh, sorry. Okay. These things are kind of heavy. They're heavy and loud. So I do apologize. Oops. Nope. Orange is what we want. I'm sorry. rusty hinge, not orange. Oh, I do apologize. Okay. Well, this one's just super juicy. Comes out really well. Okay. So let's see. My water. Okay. Now we will put it right about here. There. This is what I mean about the finger. The finger tool is just the easiest to use. For me. You might have better luck with the brayer. And it does okay. But especially if you want to get down deep, like your brayer will only hit the very top. It won't go down and get that little and pick up that design in there. So you would definitely have to use your finger or something else to pull that up. There. Nice. Very cool. Very, very cool. Let's see. How about, let's hit this little bit with some more of the walnut stain. I've got that right here. There's lots of ink left on here for walnut stain, so that's not a problem at all. Let's see. I just need a little. There we are. Not bad. And we've got some bare spots down here. What should we do? What should we do? I'm kind of feeling more green. Why not? Either green or orange, but let's go with green. Let's go with green. All right. I'm just going to use what's already on there because I just need this little spot. Let's see. Right down here. Okay. Getting ink all over my fingers. It's a messy business. What can I say? But I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Yay! All right. Here you go. What do you think? What do you think about that one? I like how that turned out. Just kind of being random, just picking random colors and random tiles. And what an interesting piece that you end up with. I love it. I love it. Let me get cleaned up and I'll meet you back here and we'll take a look at all of the papers that we did. You know, I was just sitting here trying to get them cleaned up before I came back to you, and I cleaned this one and realized that I totally forgot to test this side. So this is the sheet I was just using to pick up all the ink from this one that was left over. So I'm going to hit this side real fast and just see what I get. Look at that. If you go really lightly, you get just the raised parts. Oops. All right. Let's see what I get. Let me spray it down. Okay. Oops. My piece of paper is quite wet. Hold on. Lay that there and see what we get. cool. That's awesome. Oh, I'm so glad I came back and did that together. I thought briefly about cheating and just seeing for myself, but no, I talked about it in the video, so I wanted you to see as well. I really like that. So to me, that'd be something really cool. Well, you could do it on its own, but you could also take it and hit it on top of what you've already done, just as another layer, which is the thought that I have. So that turned out great. Okay, I'm gonna keep cleaning. I'll be back to you in a second. All right, I am back to you. I have cleaned off my tiles, and I just thought we'd take one more look at the papers that we made today. And I think I've got them in order. So this was the first one, and the second and third. Now these, I kept the exact same format. I just didn't reapply ink. So number 2 and number 3 are just lighter versions of number 1. But I like them all. I think they all look great. Especially the faded ones. I just think that's a really nice look. Okay, then we tried this one. And we took a look at trying it without the water. And then with the water. And we tried some different blocks on this one. And this one, we just went crazy. We just did different tiles, different colors, and I gotta admit, this one is my favorite. I love how it turned out. I love the colors together. I love the print that we ended up with, the randomness. It's just my favorite, so yay, I like that one. This is the one I was actually using to clean up the remainder and mostly did off camera, except for this part, which I turned it on real quick just to show you, and I love how that turned out. So even as a page, I think this looks really cool. And these are the two that I had actually done before I started filming. So I just wanted to show them to you just as an example of, you know, what else you could do. What else that I did with those, with these same tiles. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I've introduced something new to you. It was just something that came into my head as soon as I saw the tiles. So there is potential for art everywhere you go. It's great to challenge yourself and to think outside the box, and then just come home and try it. It may not turn out well, but it may turn out awesome. And I'm very pleased with how this little idea and inspiration turned out today. Hope you are too. If you are, give me that thumbs up and click the subscribe button if you are someone who enjoyed this video and likes this kind of content. And check out the rest of my channel. You might find other things you like. There's a wide variety of different types of arts and crafts on there. This is going to be it for this one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.